want dis ons land, dis ons taal, en sonder soek kan ons gaan stories maar we lewe in die duine hoog gebou uit sand, die helder see en die goue straat, die landskap wat oor generasies vertel, die harte wat in ritme met die golwe val. Ons land, ons taal.
Goeiemôre outes, hoe gaan dit vandag?
Het gaan alright, man. Lekker snoesig hier binne.
Ja, ons sê vandag vir julle welkom hier by nog 'n episode van Kletskompas. Vandag sê ons vir julle hallo van die Swakopmund Museum.
Ja, hier
By die marine afdeling.
Ja, en dit met alles met 'n rede, want ons doen alles hier by die kus met 'n rede. Ons gesels in 'n interview vandag met meneer Claus Zeillinger en hy gaan vir ons vertel oor 'n nuwe stelsel wat Namdock onlangs ingebring het. Ja, en dan gaan Grampie ook vir ons wys hoe om sardyn te gebruik om aan jou hoek te sit.
Ja, alles
Die
boot,
vis wat
ja,
ingetrap.
alles vis, alles boot, alles see. En ons bring dan vir julle ook die nuus, so moet dan nie ver gaan nie, ons sien julle nou.
Andrea, wat hou vandag se Namibian Sun vir
Ja,
ons?
daar op die Namibian Sun se voorblad is die eerste beriggie, unrepentant thieves steal another church bell. So daar is nou nog 'n kerkie daar in die noorde wat se kerkklok gesteel is. Nou hierdie een is die klok is 'n waarde is 50,000 Namibiese dollar en glo teen einde van laas maand was daar nog 'n kerkklok gesteel, die keer teen waarde van 100,000 Namibiese dollar.
Ek dink hierdie klokke word van koper gemaak en dit is die aantrekkingskrag vir die ouens wat dan nou hierdie goed afhaal en dan fynkap en dan gaan verkoop vir skroot.
Presies, en dan meerderheid van hierdie tyd van hierdie goed is bestaan hierdie klokke nou al vir jare by die spesifieke kerk.
Antieke stukke.
Presies. So en dan die hoofberig is Limping Namibia Ducks IMF loan. Nou dis 'n artikel daarvan Ogonne wat dan nou sê die land se publieke skuld staan op het van 14 biljoen Namibiese dollar gestyg in 2011 na 93 biljoen dollar in 2019.
As ek so vinnig sommetjies maak, as dit amper 7 keer
Ja.
word, né? Ja.
So maar nou wat hulle nou sê om verder nou om die land basically vir my nou skuld.
Ja.
So hulle sê Namibia kyk nou basically aan die ander kant toe. Hulle is so far resisted the temptation is eintlik die regte woorde om die International Monetary Fund te approach om te help met finansiering vir die nasionale budget en die stryd teen corona.
Dit klink daarom gevaarlik. Hulle het die versoeking geweerstaan
Ja, daar is die regte gesegde.
om nog skuld te maak. Sjoe, ja.
Ja. En dan nog dat derde bericht daar by Namibian Sun se voorbeeld is dat 130,000 grant applications is nou al sover rejected. Nou ons ministerie van Finansies sê dat nou dit is omtrent 133,000 se applications wat reject is uit 890,000 applications wat hulle gekry het vir hierdie 750 Namibiese dollar.
Ja.
So wat hulle nog gesê het, as jy nou teen Woensdag nog nie enige antwoord gekry het nie, hulle sê of as jy nou nog nie antwoord gekry het teen vandag nie, moet jy net wag tot Woensdag toe.
Yes.
As jy teen Woensdag nie antwoord gekry het nie, moet jy maar ook net verder wag vir die way forward.
Ja, ons weet dat se probleme hierdie
Ja.
aansoeke bring,
Ja,
hè?
ja.
Ja, vandag se Republikein berig oor die finansiële bloeding by die nasionale lugredery wat onverpoost voortduur en dan die minister van Finansies en die maatskaplike voorsorgkommissie het die nasionale indiensneming en salarisbeskermingsskema vir COVID-19 inperkinge aangekondig en dan die Namibiese Instituut vir Patologie het nie toetsmateriaal in voorraad om vanaf 1 Mei vir 'n seisonale griep is nou H1N1 te toets nie, né?
Sure.
Ja, en ook aan die materiaal wat deur die Jack Ma Stichting geskenk is vir die toets van COVID-19 nie gebruik word nie, sê hulle. En ja, dit is onseker of Namibië se grendeltydperk weens die uitbreking van die COVID-19 pandemie en die gepaardgaande hokregulasies volgende maandag teen einde sal loop.
Ja, is maar so 50-50 ons wag en kyk maar ook wat gebeur, ja. En dan daar op die algemene Zeitung so voorblad is daar so 'n mooi foto van ons minister van gesondheid. Hulle het nou van die oop informal markets het hulle in Windhoek nou al begin oopmaak. En dan is 'n paar van hulle is nog so 'n bietjie vertraag omdat hulle nie as gevolg van die higiëniese regulasies voldoen nie.
Ja.
So hulle moet nou eers daai agter mekaar kry want wat nou gesê is die ouens moet nou aprons, hulle moet handskoene, hulle moet haarnette hê om seker te maak dat alles word higiënies gehanteer. En dan die hoofberig daarvan Frank Steffen gaan maar nou oor die Bains projek in die Konene rivier wat Namibië en Angola wil saam aanpak. Nou hierdie dis 'n nuwe kontroverse dam om krag te maak. So hulle beplan nou om teen einde iewers in 2022 te begin met disse planne nou. Om krag te werk, ja.
Vir ons hier in Namibië.
Ja, maar daar is so 'n bietjie struwelinge tussen die mense wat in die area in bly. En dan is daar ook so 'n kleiner beriggie wat die algemene Zeitung ook bly in aansluit met die Social Security Commission wat nou gister 'n plan vorendag gebring het waar nou basically die aviation, die konstruksie en die toerismebedryf gaan help in hierdie tyd.
Hulle het dit nodig.
Ja, hulle het dit nogal baie hard gevat.
Ja, Leandre, en dan soos gewoonlik is dit mos nou maar Dinsdag ook deel van die Republikeine bladsy daarvan nuus hier van die Erongo se kant af. En daar by die Erongo bladsy kan daar gelees word oor die voorsiening van water te midde van die COVID-19 wat deur munisipaliteite by die kus geprioritiseer is. En daar is omtrent 600 huishoudings se water weer aangekoppel. Ja, die hoofbestuurder van finansies by die munisipaliteit hier op Swakop, Narosep, sê daar is ongeveer 2000 huishoudings se watertoevoer aanvanklik weens wanbetaling opgeskort. En dan inwoners verbruik maandeliks tussen 300.000 en 560.000 kubieke meter water en betaal tans $14.87 per kubieke meter daarvoor. So dit beteken dat verbruikers omtrent so 9 miljoen betaal per water wat voorsien word, het Narosep gesê. Dis nou per maand. Ja, so in Walvis Bay het die munisipaliteit 'n proaktiewe benadering gebruik om te verseker dat inwoners sedert die begin van die inperkingstyd versorg word. Ja, en ek dink daar is Swakopmund 400 mense en dan in Walvis Bay 200 mense se water opgekoppel. Ja. En dan berig ons ook oor oute huise aan die kus wat verskillende maatreëls ingestel het om bejaardes teen die COVID-19 pandemie te beskerm. Dit is dan ons nuus.
Ja, maar gaan loer gerus asseblief daar op ons webwerf www.erongo.com.na. Ons bring vir julle hierdie nuus en nog vele meer.
Ons land, ons taal.
Namdock recently introduced a trend-setting product for the marine environment, and the man heading up this initiative is none other than Mr. Claus Zeillinger, technical superintendent, carpentry and electrical at Namdock. How are you doing, Claus?
I'm very good, and yourself?
I'm good, man.
Great stuff.
Tell us about this ballast water treatment system.
All right, the water ballast treatment system goes back quite a while now. First of all, we need to start with explaining what is our water ballast treatment system.
Yes.
Every vessel that's a seafaring vessel has to some or other time take on seawater in order to stabilize it a bit, especially in rough waters.
Yes.
And that they do by taking in seawater to lower them so that their center of gravity is closer to the water to prevent too much turbulence. Now, this taking up of seawater is water ballasting.
Yes.
Back in the days, the people had to use stones, but we grew on
Stones?
with They loaded the vessel with stones in order to get the balance right.
Yes.
But yeah, we migrated a lot in technology, and now we have machines and technology doing that for us.
Wow.
And yeah, the water ballast treatment comes in to the play where different vessels from different continents or different seas migrate from one sea, like the Pacific Ocean, to the Indian Ocean.
Yes.
And when they go with the voyage, in order to go and drop their cargo and stuff, they have to drop the ballast as well.
Okay.
Now, this is where the main issue comes in, and where the International Maritime Organization saw that there's a lot of effects from the different continents and seas that affects the others.
Yes.
And the treatment of the water ballast system, water ballasting, was also identified as one of the contributing factors to this.
Yes.
And
It's a kind of a pollution taking place. Actually.
Exactly.
Yes.
Take for instance the zebra mussels. The zebra mussels has migrated from the specific Caribbean origin to almost everywhere in the world, and it devastated the ecological systems of the seas and affected the marine life in various continents.
How did it happen?
Because the people took up the water, the sea water,
Yes.
with the small particles of mussels in it,
Yes.
sailed about 5,000 kilometers around the world and dropped it there. The mussels adapted to the environment, and then they started
Taking over
populating
in
there.
Wow. Wow. Sure.
So this is where the IMO regulations came in, as well as the US Coast Guard came in, to say that all vessels need to start
Yes.
treating their ballast water,
Yes.
in order to prevent. I mean, we're giving the zebra mussels as one example, but there's also a lot of microorganisms that we can't see with the eyes, that is transported from one continent to the next,
Yes.
through the water ballasting. So that the water ballasting needs to be treated before it can be discharged.
Okay. So what do you need to treat the water?
All right, there's various different systems that the people employ out there. Two of the main differences is the one is using chemicals like chlorine,
Yes.
which is widely used. We also treat our sewage water with chlorine here locally on the land. And the other one is UV radiation.
Okay.
Both of them is very effective in the industry, and yeah, it all depends on your preference. Do you want to use the chemical one, or do you want to use ultraviolet light, which is the same as sunlight?
Now, what makes the Namdock system so special?
All right, the Namdock, the one that we specify on is we had a smart partnership agreement with Gramowsky. It is a French company that manufactured their own water ballast treatment system. Now they are using two sets of integrated means in order to get rid of the microorganisms in the water. The one is an actual filter, that's a mechanical filter that filters out all the bigger particles, and then they have a UV radiation lamp that injects radiation into the water in order to kill all the microorganisms or bacteria in the water.
Yes.
Now their system works so when you take the water up, you filter it, you treat it, and then it goes into your ballast tanks.
Yes.
That is ballasting, taking
Yes.
on water.
Yes.
And then when you discharge it, you also need to treat it before you discharge it.
Okay. And then in terms of manpower, what is needed to have this installed and to have this up and running and to maintain it at the end of the day?
Yeah, this is especially the Gramowsky that we usually install on the vessels. Is you get it in a skid version where you just bring it into the vessel, put it in a corner, connect up the pipes to it, and then it is operational.
Yes.
And then you get the modular version that you need to chop and change in order to fit to the specific conditions
Yes.
on the vessel.
Yes.
Because it's not all the vessels that usually have space for a big system like this. But usually what goes hand in hand with an installation like this is you need to integrate your work skills from your piping department, your metalwork department, your electrical department, as well as any other assisting departments like the carpentry and the rigging departments.
Yes.
All need to be integrated in order to get the system installed on a vessel and
Wow.
tested.
So how many of these systems have you already installed?
Currently, we've successfully tested and commissioned with Claus surveyors two systems. The vessels are already seafaring, and currently, due to the COVID lockdown, we're halfway through one installation and two pending. So after lockdown, we will be quite busy getting the three that is currently in the yard finished and tested with Claus Zeillinger.
So you are also constructing the casings or what?
Piping.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
In the beginning, we had a subcontractor that assisted us from, not assisted us, assisted our customer on the pipe work and all that.
Yes.
But this, the vessels that is currently here, we're doing the pipe work, the valve fitment, the rigging, the electrical, we're doing all of that ourselves.
Tell me, what does this mean for the marine industry and for Namdock in particular?
To a certain extent, and sorry for jerking our chain, we the trendsetters with regards to especially the BIOC installations.
Yes.
As, we the first company that had the smart partnership with BIOC in France in order to do the installations on board vessels. So yeah, we quite good with regards to this, and this means that we getting customers to Namibia, Walvis Bay. It means an income to our economy, and yeah.
How long does it take to install such a system?
Yeah, it all depends on the availability of the spares. Our customers usually orders the spares once they arrive here. It takes, depending on the size of the system as well.
Okay.
That also has an effect, but usually between two to 4 weeks.
Okay, and then do you also facilitate the maintenance?
Yeah, at this current stage, due to the fact that the system is quite new in its implementation, we did not reach the maintenance section of the system.
Okay.
The IMO has a regulation set out that all seafaring vessels needs to have some type of a water ballast treatment system before 2024.
Yes.
Now, some of the vessels do the installation now in anticipation of that.
Good.
So we are still in the process of installation, and yeah.
You spent some time in France.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Montpellier is the place. Took a while for me to master the pronunciation.
Do you speak French now? Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay, what do you know in French?
Bonjour.
Amour, or what?
Amour is love. That I also know.
Okay.
That goes without saying.
Yes. And yes, your
Yeah.
experience in France?
Yeah,
What did you bring back home in particular? Work-wise.
Experience, yeah, experience.
Yes.
All right, they have quite a good setup in France. We went to the factory where they manufacture the actual systems.
Yes.
They've got a containerized modular version where they constructed the complete system in there. They took it's a 5-day training that we had to go through. What we basically covered was the installation, how everything needs to be done, the electrical connections to all the specific items, and then the commissioning and the training that we need to do.
Yes.
So we, what they did on the 4th and the 5th day is that they created some faults on the system.
Yes.
And then they selected us individually in order to go and sort out the faults.
Yes.
So we grew in confidence with identifying certain problems and how to fix it.
Yes. Practical.
Exactly.
Practical
and
stuff.
on the hand, on the job experience also grew with it, and we also did networking. I mean, there were guys from Singapore, Turkey, and Romania.
Yes.
That also attended to the training. So.
In terms of your crew contingent, tell us more about them.
All right, there was we were two that were selected by the company in order to go and do the training. So we certified commissioning technicians. So other than that, we started circulating the groups within the electrical department and piping department in order to do the electrical installation and piping installations, so that we can give back what we were taught,
Yes.
give back to the company, and
Yes.
enable our guys to also be able and in a position to be recognized to be installers of the system.
Yes.
The main issue comes in that at the end of the day, the guys that are certified need to sign off the certification. And this is where we, the two guys that were sent,
Yes.
myself and Mr. Epsham Chapaka, has the authority to sign off all the
Certificates. Wow.
Yes.
Tell me, where to from here?
Depending on when the lockdown will end and how it will affect the economy. Before the lockdown, I was also interviewed, and it looked like it will. The bioc installations will just grow from month to month because we're already standing on 6 installations that we've done successfully. So it's just a matter of the lockdown deciding on which direction the economy will go.
Yes.
But we are growing in experience as the time goes on. So it's just growing from strength to strength.
In terms of costs, how much does it cost for such a system to be installed?
We're speaking about, I don't know the precise figures when they have to buy the complete system.
Yes.
But we're speaking in a range of almost 30 to 50,000 US to get
For
a
a
complete
system.
system installed.
Wow.
So it's quite a pricey system, but if you look at the environmental effects that
The benefits.
exactly, it's priceless to still see jellyfish in the water.
Yes.
If the bacteria is removed from it, and to see species like the dolphins and the seals and the stuff. So it is priceless in that sense.
Yes, I agree with you totally. And then in terms of the vessels you worked on, from where?
Yeah, it all depends on the charters that they have, but most of the vessels that we installed the systems on operate on the west coast of Africa.
Okay.
So they operate from here to Europe, and some of them maybe also have to go into the US
Wow.
oceans.
Oh. So this was something new, totally new. Yes.
Yeah, this is, like I said, a smart partnership. We saw that IMO regulation was going to be implemented. I mean, they've been in discussions since before 2017.
Yes.
But it has become a critical aspect that it needs to be done. And for us, recognizing it then and thanks to our executive structure of the company, picking it up and foreseeing that this will be a crucial part, that's how we got our foot into the pot.
And Namdock here in Namibia is the only company
Yes, in West Africa.
in West Africa doing this.
Yes. Yeah, that's one of the items that we can proud ourselves on. And yeah, this will allow us to go and assist any vessel, maybe in South Africa, in Nigeria, and Cameroon, if they have issues on the ballast water treatment system, specifically relating to the bioc one. We can travel there, sort out their queries and problems.
So it can be done on sea as well as
Yes.
next to the docks.
Yeah. The installation needs to be done because you will have to modify your ballast water piping system.
Okay.
The installation has to be done on a shipyard, and from there you can do any fault finding across the world.
Thank you so much. Any other message?
Stay safe, keep your social distancing, and let's all get this coronavirus lockdown out of the way.
Thank you so much, man.
Thanks for having me.
Sharp.
Enjoying.
Van Outdoor Center. Ek wil julle vandag wys 'n cutlet asie van sardyn vir kabeljou. Ons gebruik 'n dubbelhoek wat fixed is. Ons gaan 'n dingle dangle gebruik. Ons gaan 'n tandestokkie gebruik en natuurlik die sardyn. So 'n cutlet is maar net 'n soos wat hy sê, stukkies wat jy afsny. Reg, laat ons nou die rekgare gebruik. So ons vou hom nou lekker om die dingle-dangle. Jy gaan sien aan die beginkant is hy klaar baie nouer as op die middelste gedeelte, so hy maak 'n lekker rugbyballetjie as ons klaar is. Hierdie laat hy so 'n bietjie gebreek het, dit maak glad nie saak nie. Dan vat jy net so 2 of 3 cutlets, is genoeg altyd. As jy groter vis vang, definitief 3. As jy kleiner visies vang, sal 2 genoeg wees. Vir die video doen ek nou natuurlik baie vinnig, dat julle net die idee kry agter dit. Okay, right. So nou sit die aas lekker rondom die dingle-dangle. Dan sit ons hom op die boonste hoekie. So nou kan hy lekker gegooi word met jou sinker wat onder inklip. Wat jy nou doen met jou tweede hak, hoekie kan jy hom nou daar vastpek. Sny hom vas. Sny hom af die tandestokkie. En dan vat jy weer 'n bietjie rekgare. Ek gaan vir my regterhand gebruik, is bietjie vinniger. Net so 'n paar draaie is genoeg. Okay, so nou het jy lekker proud hoek van elke kant af. En as jy nou gooi, hak jy jou sinkerklip onderin. Draai weer. Nou sien. Nou as jy jou stroppie, as jy gooi, trek jy sinker vooruit. As hy water slaan, gaan hy loskom. Jou float is binne in die hoek en hy gaan optel. En jy is lekker praat. Nou sien.
He's het lekker, maak het los. My bokkie dat vat hy.
visie op die kolle.
Die golwe van ons land ontstaan.
Ja.
So kom alle lekker dinge op 'n einde uit is.
Lekker keertjie beslis.
Ja nee, ons gaan loer asseblief daar op die Swak op Mond Museum se Facebookblad. Alhoewel dit toe is hierso, is hulle nog steeds aan die gang op social media.
Ja, en terwyl hulle op die internet is, gaan kyk ook na ons webwerf by www.erongo.com.na. Alle nuus is daar, klomp advertensies.
Ja, ek moet ook nie vergeet om vir ons te volg op Facebook, op ons Twitter en op ons Instagram en stuur vir ons 'n nuusbrokkie of twee daar na ons WhatsApp nommer 0811 7040.
En dan kan julle weer donderdag by ons aansluit, donderdag namiddag met ons community talk show.
Ja, so allerhande nuus dwars deur die week. Ons sien julle dan weer volgende week.
As ek
Bye.
Wat is COVID-19? COVID-19 is 'n nuwe siekte wat jou longe en lugweë aantas. Dit word deur 'n koronavirus veroorsaak. Wat is die simptome? Hoes, koors, minstens 38 grade Celsius en kort asem. Onthou, maskers is vir gesondheidswerkers en mense wat reeds siek is. Maak seker inligting wat gedeel word kom van 'n betroubare bron af. Moenie opgaar nie, winkelvoorraad sal wel aangevul word. Inentings teen longontsteking beskerm jou nie teen COVID-19 nie. COVID-19 kan nie deur muskiete oorgedra word nie. Basiese beskerming teen COVID-19. Was hande gereeld. Maak hande gereeld en behoorlik met handreiniger of seep en water skoon. Bly op 'n afstand. Bly minstens 'n meter van iemand wat hoes of nies weg. Moenie aan jou oë, neus en mond raak nie. Hande raak aan baie oppervlakke en kan virusse optel. Wanneer jou hande besmet is, kan die virus na jou oë, neus en mond versprei. Nies en hoes in 'n sneusie of in jou elmboog in. Bedek jou mond en neus met jou gebuigde arm wanneer jy hoes of nies. Gooi die sneusie dadelik weg. Feit of fiksie. In die sosiale media word mites versprei oor hoe mense die nuwe koronavirus kan stop of hoe om COVID-19 die siekte wat dit veroorsaak te behandel. Hier is 'n paar feite om die kaf van die koring te skei. Met betrekking tot oordrag, fiksie. Die nuwe koronavirus kan deur muskietbyte en in Chinese kos versprei word. Die feit is nee, die nuwe koronavirus is 'n respiratoriese virus wat hoofsaaklik deur druppeltjies van 'n geïnfekteerde persoon versprei word wat hoes of nies of uit asem is of deur druppeltjies, speeksel of afskeiding van die neus. Beskerming. Fiksie. Om gereeld jou neus met 'n soutoplossing uit te spoel sal keer dat jy met COVID-19 geïnfekteer word. Feit nee. Daar is geen bewyse om gereeld jou neus met 'n soutoplossing uit te spoel jou teen die siekte gaan beskerm nie. Daar is geringe bewyse die gereelde spoel met 'n soutoplossing kan sommige mense help om vinniger van 'n gewone verkoue te herstel, maar dit voorkom nie lugweginfeksies nie. Fiksie. In die sosiale media word daar ook beweer deur jou hele lyf met kloor of alkohol te bespuit, jy jouself teen infektering kan beskerm. Nog iemand beweer deur met bleikmiddel te gorrel of reuse volumes water te drink, die virus op 'n manier uit jou lyf gewas word. Die feite hier rondom is, daar is geen bewyse om die beweringe te staaf nie. Goeie higiëniese praktyke, soos om gereeld jou hande te was en noue sosiale kontak te vermy, kan help om die risiko van infektering te verminder. Fiksie, handdroërs kan die nuwe koronavirus doodmaak. Die feit is nee, geen handdroër is doeltreffend teen COVID-19 nie, maar om gereeld jou hande met 'n alkoholgebaseerde handontsmetmiddel of met seep en water te was, is wel. Skoon hande moet baie deeglik met 'n skoon handdoek of 'n ligdroër droog gemaak word. Fiksie, koue weer, warm weer, sneeu, om knoffel te eet of 'n warm bad kan help keer dat mense met COVID-19 geïnfekteer word. Die feit is, daar is geen bewyse dat COVID-19 deur weeromstandighede en seisoene geraak word nie. Die beste manier om jouself te beskerm is om jou hande gereeld te was en kontak te vermy met persone wat wel geïnfekteer is. Op die manier kan jy virusse vernietig wat moontlik op jou hande sit en 'n infektering verhoed wanneer jy aan jou oë, mond en neus raak. Fiksie, jy moet altyd 'n masker dra as jy buite is. Die feit is nee, mense wat gesond is, die wat geen simptome van COVID-19 toon nie en nie met die siekte gediagnoseer is nie, moet net 'n masker dra as hulle iemand versorg wat 'n vermoedelike of 'n bevestigde COVID-19 pasiënt is. Maskers is net doeltreffend as jy hoes of nies en jy moet jouself isoleer. Dit is ook net nodig in kombinasie met gereelde hande was en ander gebruike vir persoonlike higiëne. Met betrekking tot die behandeling, fiksie en feite. Fiksie, antibiotika kan die nuwe koronavirus voorkom en behandel. Die feit is, antibiotika werk nie teen virusse nie en slegs teen bakterieë. Dit sal nie enige infektering van die nuwe koronavirus voorkom of behandel nie. Daar is tans geen spesifieke medikasie vir die behandeling van COVID-19 nie. Almal wat geïnfekteer is, kan matige simptome verlig en behandel met medikasie wat oor die toonbank beskikbaar is en wat parasetamol en aspirien vir koors insluit, volgens Reuters.